Basically, this is the ultimate MCU thirst trap, because you're telling me between Lewis Pullman, Hannah John Kamen, Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan that you're not spending most of this film deeply aroused.
No one can. But we can find a way. Together.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts.
Okay, so you're telling me we just have to watch 2 hours of Lewis Pullman being baby? Just being this adorable, sad boy that you just want to give him a hug and tell him everything's going to be okay while the literal manifestation of his mental health crisis threatens to go darker Thanos in everyone's ass? It's just turning people into shadows instead of dust. Shadows and dust. There's a song in there. Anyway, fine. I'll watch it. Inject it literally into my eyeballs. Just full on. Go. Thunderbolts, I guess. Stars Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, Hannah John Kamen, Lewis Pullman, David Arbor. Man, if Florence Pugh hadn't taken off, what was their plan going to be for this film? Like, were they just going to do like the Young Avengers? Because you can't do that now. Can't make us believe that Haley Steinfeld is this sweet, happy, chill girl after Sinners. Filth coming out of her mouth. Anyway, no. Instead, Florence Pugh did take off, and they could just build her as the centerpiece and just build everything else in this around her and make stars out of everyone else that wasn't already stars. Most of them are already stars, actually. Anyway, the whole point is that it's a bunch of rejects, but it makes a team, and then that team-up film's actually about as good as any Avengers film. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just, yeah. On Earth. Yes, the entire idea of building this Valentina Allegra Dufontaine Dark Avengers team is unnecessary, because our world is dark and horrifying enough. Instead, we need mental health support Avengers, so that's what we've got. You know what? Great idea, honestly. In the same way that coming-of-age films were so popular and evolved to the point where they could make The Breakfast Club in the 80s, superhero films have evolved to the point where they can make this, and kind of need to make this. Not just to support mental health in general, which is a great thing to do, but because they needed to do something different. And they have achieved actually finding that place where they can do something different in an MCU film without everyone just shitting on it, even though everyone also desires something different. It's a mess. It's the per Eternals, you know? This could have been them. Or Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. They tried to be so different. Why were either of those actually that good? No. No. This is a mental health awareness campaign, but it's also got one of the wildest marketing campaigns for a film I've seen in years, to the degree that I don't even know what to call the film anymore. And even though it's fairly predictable, and it doesn't have that much focus on action, and it's got head-scratching sort of implications for the larger MCU, you can't hate on it, because it's just so fun in a way that I didn't expect it to be. I did look at the film going in and think it would be quite fun, but it's the sort of film that manages, even though it's not necessarily, well, it's not my favorite MCU film, it's giving me new expectations and new hope that we can kind of get back to the days where even if every film isn't like that, whoa, one for you, the MCU is getting back on the right track. Ish. I mean, it is Yelena's movie. I feel like it's almost sad because we're seeing what they could have and should have been doing with Natasha Romanoff as a character, because this is what Black Widow is, and this is how compelling she can be as a character. And they're really getting to show that off, and they're only really doing it because Florence Pugh's taken off so much. But it's better late than never. So I can be happy with them for that, because her as the centerpiece of this film was important, and it worked fabulously well. Lewis Pullman as Bob is wonderful. I don't necessarily know how much of a future they've got for him in the franchise. It'll be interesting to see where they go with him. And the rest of the team just gels. It's just got the kind of chemistry, this roguish, nutty type of chemistry and team that very much is reminiscent of Guardians of the Galaxy and what they did with that 10 years ago. And that's great because, yeah, I would honestly watch this team in another 2 or 3 films over the next 10 years. I've got no problem with that. There are a few things about this that really hit for me. I think one of the main ones is that they managed to talk about these themes: loneliness, depression, guilt, all of this mental health stuff, all in one film, so that it doesn't feel like it's targeting one specific idea so much as the entirety of mental health in general. It's just promoting friends being there for you and all kinds of things around that kind of circle. And it's managing to do that in a film that wasn't R-rated. It was 12 rated or PG-13, whatever it is called in America, without ever feeling like it's actually talking down to its audience. Thunderbolts, I guess, is a great film. It has bigger implications than you might have thought for the wider MCU. I don't mind that. I feel like you go into every film expecting there to be some big massive things, and this managed to pull them off without having to focus too much of the runtime on doing that, which is a good thing. It does have that just chemistry across the cast that worked really well in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's been replicated here for an Earthbound team and might just be exactly what the MCU needs right now. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what they need right now, but this feels like a step in the right direction. And I just hope that one day, if I ever have depression or anything like that, that Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan is there to hold me and tell me everything's going to be okay. Anyway, I'm giving Lewis Pullman's character is what guys think happens if you nofap for 90 days, but he's not. Except for the depression part. 4.5 stars. Damn, and y'all think Donald Trump is a Russian puppet? They literally let the Winter Soldier into Congress. Man. I'm just saying, that's a Disney Plus show I'd watch. The West Wing, except it's Bucky and other like MCU heroes getting into like Congress and trying to like do things that way. I'd watch that.